Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today I'm gonna show you another strategy that you can use against the LWS squad. Well, another team. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So, for this team, I'm gonna be using Fantasma. I really want to test the new equipment, characters, and things that we have for in the game, and I want to check them on all the VRs. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to go balanced with my characters, but at the same time I'm going to heavily debuff the enemies. So let's start with Fantasma. Unfortunately, I don't have a weapon that I can use here on VR. I have the Momochi weapon, but I'm going red, so I'm not going to use the Momochi weapon. Instead, I decided to go with the Viridian weapon. It doesn't provide anything other than stats, but it's okay. Then I'm gonna be using the anti-machine Magatamas with wood effect because Fantasma is a mid-range attacker, but she gets too close to the enemy, especially if you want to use the leader skill. For skills, I'm gonna be using Crunching Fear and Twister Dance to recover HP, as well as Fantasma Mirror to just escape in case things get dire. Especially against multiple enemies in this stage, these skills are going to be pretty useful. So, I also have Susune to increase my HP in case of an emergency and to gain some control over the enemy. I'm also going to use Gaulinim to reduce damage and Nagi to reduce damage. Then I'm gonna be using Lapis because I also need the healing. Like, not everyone can heal. Fantasma does, Lapis does, but Elenor doesn't. So I have Lapis, and she's going to use the Momochi weapon, and she's gonna have anti-machine Magatamas, wind, and water. Wind doesn't do anything at all in this build. So, well, I guess it does. I guess. So I'm gonna be using Moral Boost, obviously, to increase my defenses. Gem Support to heal myself and in turn heal everyone else. And Piercing Dash. So what really matters here is this weapon along with this supporter. Bright and Rose is going to let me get stacks of critical rate until I'm able to crit. So I'm going to be able to abuse the passive of the weapon that increases my damage by 8% per stack, and it stacks up to 5 times, giving me a 40% damage increase. That's really, really good. I'm going to use Lilin because she's balanced. She gives me damage, and the active is pretty good. And then Nana to make me a little bit tankier. Lastly, we have Elenor, because Elenor, she has Machine Magatama, she has Lightning element, but the important thing is Guide of the Starry Seas. This is going to ensnare the enemies, so I'm going to be able to just hit the enemies while they are not able to move. There's multiple things you can put instead of Elenor, like there's a bunch of good options, but I'm gonna go with this one. I haven't used her in a while. The critical part we're not going to use, it doesn't really matter. Wait a moment. Does it reduce the resistance? And reduces the critical attack resistance by 10%. It is not that big of a deal, but it will help out Lapis in particular. This weapon is 1 out of 5, and these are whatever Magatamas, so she doesn't have the best damage, but I don't have better weapons. Then we're gonna use Reflective Ray, that's the main skill, and since the LWS squad has speed resistance, speed reduction resistance, we're not going to use any other skills that activate Wet, which is one of the main effects of Elenor. Instead, we're going to use Aqua Courting to protect ourselves from incoming range damage, and the basic enhancer, so that she only spams this skill. And for supporters, we have White Feather Asuka to abuse those multi-hits. We also have Major to heavily reduce the damage taken. Unfortunately, my major is S level 5. It should be S level 10. But, well, it is what it is. And Shirayuki to increase my damage. So yeah, let's see how well this goes. Like, I really wanted to try out Fantasma on other VRs to see how effective she is. There's other strategies I could use, but I'm gonna do them in separate videos because it's gonna be easier for me to test this in separate videos, you know? And besides, it's more comfortable to just watch one small video, right? Look at the disgusting amount of debuffs, God! Okay. Twister. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, Fantasma is not good at getting near the enemy. Like, she can, but with the knockback, you know, it is kind of hard to actually take advantage of that leader skill. Okay, one less. Yeah, as you can see, it is noticeable that all those damage reductions that I'm applying to the enemy are helping me to increase my damage. Even though I don't have like super aggressive damage supporters. The only one I would say is Susune. She gives me a 40% damage increase, but I'm able to defeat this super quickly, even with damage reduction to suppressive characters, and I have 2 suppressive characters, just because of the defense reduction from Lapis, from Fantasma, from what else? Like, let me check one more time this build. Like, we have damage reduction on Fantasma with the passive, basically. I mean, technically also the other effect of the passive, the Nightmare one, but I'm not too fast to actually do that. Also, the damage reduction from the weapon, it does help. It is not as good as if you're using it against a single enemy, because Lapis is going to attack everyone. So yeah, it is not that big of a debuff, but it works. And yeah, like, she didn't apply any defense down, so it was just those 2. And it worked pretty well in my opinion. So yeah. And that's it for the video, guys. Like, I'm going to do a bunch of small videos with different strategies. So look forward to that. And I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!